It's much better than YouTube. I think y'all, you saw that in real time.
Wow. I felt that one. Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Kevia.
Welcome to the This
Late edition of the This
and That Chat.
Should we say that?
Say what? That it's a late edition?
No, because how we have the little sign at the beginning with the little zzz,
The late night.
right? It gives you kind of a late night vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the second time we do a late night recording session.
Yes.
I wonder.
Bro, immediately. It's the first thing I do.
No, and I didn't even yawn, so you
I
can't
know.
even blame me for it,
just
okay?
It just came by itself.
But I'm wondering, right? We get a lot of comments about our vibe. Okay. We get a lot of comment about, sometimes it, like, are you guys recording early? Are you recording late? Because there's like a different energy, right?
We try to keep our recording pretty
consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time wise. It's
Right.
like Sunday after breakfast.
Right.
11 o'clock.
Right. Yeah. But it's,
And we're pretty good about
we
that.
are. But if we're out, if we're not available, whatever, right?
If
Sometimes we'll get there. Sometimes it's just going to happen that we're not going to be able to record that day, right? My question is, because people talk about the vibe, right? Should there be
Vibe check.
something? No.
Oh, sorry.
Should there be, like, at the beginning where it goes zzz, and then there's like a special thing that pops up that says late night edition?
No.
Why? That would be so cool. Then people can start comparing. Ooh, we like your vibe better at night than during the day. That would be a shocker.
Yeah,
Because right now, we're tired. We worked. You yawn a lot.
Bro,
You know?
stop.
And I still haven't yawned.
I know.
I feel like a Mythbusters episode right now where we've proven that yawns are not contagious.
Well, I'm also holding it back.
Run that by me again?
I was holding it back, so I'm not passing it off to you.
But it did
Doesn't
come
matter.
out.
Move on.
But your hat is like aliens. Aliens never come out during the day. Have you noticed that? They only ever show up at night when everyone's asleep.
Yep.
And no one can see them but the person who happened to be awake.
And it's because we know the reason for it. I've sent you the reason why they come out at night.
Science projects?
Yeah, the science project.
No, I knew it. See, I just had to comb through.
Bro, I wasn't
your
trying
dad
to make
jokes.
it. I wasn't trying to make it like something hidden.
No, bro, no, because it's not a real fact.
Well, it could be.
Bro, okay. Listen, today, when you and I talked about, do you want to record today? Oh my gosh, instead
Don't
of
worry
late,
about it. Stop talking about it. Go.
Listen.
Today when we talked about
when we talked about recording today, okay, in my mind, I thought to myself, like, if I were a listener, I would say, bro, how do these people have so much to talk about? Do they not, like, I feel like I would be wondering about us, okay? I would be thinking, do they not speak to each other at all? Don't hold it back, honey. Just let them out. I won't say anything anymore, but you got to let them out when they come out, okay? So do these people, like, only talk to each other during the chat? Do they work like opposite schedules and maybe this is when they decompress? Because there has to be people out there who are thinking, I don't even talk this much to my spouse all week long. And this is a 2-hour episode, a 1.5-hour episode, sometimes almost 3-hour episodes. Didn't we have a almost 3-hour episode last week?
With the whole
The
blackout.
storm and all this. Yeah. Okay. And they supposedly this is how they talk all the time. That's what I was thinking this morning.
Well, we did also discuss that a few episodes back, where we said that we would have like 50 hours worth of podcast material. If we could get all of our conversations recorded, we would have. I had to let it out really heavy to try and see if it'll work, but I don't think so. My eyes are watering and everything.
You're a mess.
I'm a mess. It's been a long day. We talked about just the fact that we just have content on top of content.
I mean, I don't know if I call it content.
Well, I'm just saying, our conversations are content.
I guess. I
Even
guess.
if nobody else sees
But
it,
this
it's
is
content.
this is like an overproduction of milk.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Listen, when you said that we would have like 50 hours worth of content.
This is like
Hold on, I'm getting there.
This is like the stringing of the string beans.
Hello.
What?
My sister has breastfed. One of my sisters has breastfed all three of her children, still breastfeeding the littlest one, okay? And she has milk for a year with them. Mm-hmm. Because she overproduces.
Okay.
So
are you sure she wants you to be talking about this?
She doesn't care. Okay. Listen, she has her own channel out there where she talks about this stuff. If she cared, she wouldn't be talking.
It's her channel to be talking about.
No. She doesn't mind. Listen to this. My point is this. She is not trying to win a record. You know, she isn't even trying to like, oh, I'm forcing myself. I have to make enough milk for a year. It's just naturally gifted to her. We are naturally gifted. We are naturally gifted. No. Please. You're interrupting my train of thought right now.
You are talking. I have not interrupted anything. I'm doing this on my own. You're the one who interrupted yourself. And then you blamed me for it. Go ahead.
I can't think right now. Because you're doing that. Can you do it? Why couldn't you just like wait for a minute and tell Meta to do it?
Go ahead. What was that?
The creature.
Dun, dun, dun. There's actually a world record.
Thank you for interrupting me. Go on.
Go ahead.
No, I can't think anymore. I've lost my train of thought entirely.
So the record is someone donated 54,091.94 ounces. And they that's the record. World Guinness World Book of Records.
Awesome.
Bro, it was for me. It wasn't even for you.
Then you look for it later.
No, I wanted to look really quick. I was able to do it indiscreetly. Discreetly.
No, you were right.
Indiscreetly.
I was surprised that you said the truth.
Okay. I was able to do it, but no, you wanted to make it a point, right? To put all my business out there.
What?
About what I was searching.
Bro, you said to everyone what you were doing.
No, I thought out loud, and I forgot that I had a microphone in front of me.
And how is that me putting your business out there?
Because you
did that to yourself.
You're highlighting
as per usual. You need a T-shirt that said, "I did it to myself." Don't worry. The French is to say, "Don't worry, I did it to myself." In the back.
Okay, go ahead. What was your story?
I don't know. What was I saying? Let's see how much you were paying attention.
You know very well I'm not going to be able to tell you.
See, right now, I feel like right about now, it would be good to cut, right? And then it would show like a little beep, and then we're back, right? And you can tell that there were like multiple takes that it took to do this. That would be if we edited and we did like a blooper reel. That's what we would do. Like when we did the anniversary
That's
video.
your shirt. If we edited, we would... ...
That shirt's lame.
You were talking about... I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, content. The amount of content that No, you said that our conversations go.
Wow. Right now, it just all came back to me. And I just realized you literally interrupted me at the end. At the very, very end, where my last thought, and I even asked, I said, hold on, give me just a second. My last thought was just going to be that we're not trying to make it. It's just
Naturally, just conversation.
It's just there. And so which reminds me, this whole situation here reminds me of how we always pause our show. Because it can't be a movie, but we always pause a show for a quick bathroom break, for coffee, for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 30 seconds away from going to commercial.
Or less.
Had we just waited, because when we come back, we're like, okay, ready? Play. And they're like, and next time. Yeah. And you're like, what? That's how we interrupt ourselves.
Well, it's okay. That's also in the same line, like when no, I guess it's not. But like when we go into like a place and there's absolutely no line.
Yeah, that's the opposite.
I know.
Because we have really good luck with that.
But we have luck in the wrong things.
But finish your thought so people know what is it that we have luck on.
Yeah, we walk into a place, whatever, and we're like, next. We're right at the front. We're like nothing. And then while we're standing there to get called up or whatever, we look back, 30 people behind us.
We always seem to arrive at the line at the perfect moment.
Bro, luck in all the wrong things. Mm-hmm. Luck in all the wrong things.
Which means to me, I feel that if we're making a line for like a hot dog in New York or something, we should think about what we want, because we might get to that line at the perfect moment and then we finish it and we're like, man, we should have gotten another one. Right? But now that line is 50 feet deep. So if you order what?
That was so random.
Because I'm thinking about standing in a line.
Yeah, but why New York?
Well, where else are you going to stand for a hot dog?
In Vegas?
A hot dog?
At the ballpark?
A hot dog?
Yeah.
No, honey. A hot dog in a ballpark. A hot dog anywhere else.
Well, Vegas has a lot of hot dog carts. It's actually a thing.
But are they the same, though?
It's a similar
Because
thing.
I'm going to tell you something. I mean, if people don't know, I love wieners. Yeah. Sausages, hot dogs, kielbasa.
But your face betrays you so bad.
I don't know what you're laughing about.
Double innuendo. Ay, Dios mío.
Listen. What I'm saying is, give me a good hot dog any day, and like I will take a hot dog over pizza, a hamburger. I feel that for many, many times that we have gone somewhere and there is like this, I just like, you look at the menu and all of a sudden they have a hot dog, and the way that they're describing their hot dog is so good.
What's the best hot dog that you've ever had?
I'm getting there, bro. I'm saying my story.
And that's for me to not say anything?
That's a good question, but okay. I'm getting there. Okay,
go. What is the best hot dog?
No, hold on. I'm telling my story. Okay. Go. And I feel that there have been many times in which I've been at a restaurant and I want to order a hot dog, but it feels like you came to a restaurant for a hot dog. You could eat that at home. It just feels like you don't order that. Just like if you go to a seafood place, you don't order chicken. Right? You came to a seafood restaurant to eat seafood. And so there's many times where I feel like I have gotten in my head about, oh, it's like a faux pas. I shouldn't order a hot dog because we're out. And that's so basic, right? And I should have just ordered the hot dog. How many good hot dogs have I missed out on? Because I felt like,
I doubt you're going to get a good hot dog at a seafood place.
I have never seen a hot dog at a seafood place.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm making an extreme.
I'm sure you're 100% right. Okay. But my point is this. It is now my mission to enjoy hot dogs wherever they are. Now, I will tell you, there used to be a little hot dog cart vendor, teeny tiny, that would plant himself in front of Best Buy on Kendall. Okay. I don't know why he was there. I don't know if he moved to other places or not. But when I would take my mom out and we would do errands, if we happened to be in that area,
That's
and there was
the one with
just-
Michael's next door. Well, it's no longer there. They moved it.
yeah.
But the same. Remember, it was Michael's and
No, you're mistaken because Michael's has always been where Barnes and Nobles is.
yeah, and then the Best Buy in the next parking lot.
In the next parking lot. Yeah,
Right,
but
I'm
it's by
saying-
itself.
But I'm saying it's there in the same place.
Yes, in the same place. And if we were in the area, it was like, Mom, I want to go get a hot dog. And those were the most amazing hot dogs. Can
you
I say that
remember-
that's the most amazing hot dog? I don't know. Because it could tie with first place, right? It could tie for first place. Or maybe somewhere in there, right?
Do you
With
remember
the one-
if they were dirty water dogs?
I can't tell you. Like the little nuances of it.
Like, did it
I
come out
can't
of
say.
water? You don't know?
I just know he had a hot thing and he like would lift it and he'd take a hot dog out of it, put it in the bun. And it was like some sort of like metal pan that he had. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. But they were so juicy. They tasted so amazing. And the next place that I had a hot dog that was to die for, that I can't wait for us to go there again, was in DC in the Capitol building.
No. I
After we came out of the Senate, remember, we went down to a spot where they had a place that was
Yeah, I
all
remember-
types
I
of hot
remember.
dogs. I don't think you ate a hot dog though. 'Cause
No, I
you-
didn't.
I don't
I
think you'd
didn't.
pick a hot dog.
no. I don't know that I can, like, even when we went to New York,
Mm-hmm.
I even told you. We didn't get to go to Billy's hot dog cart because we just weren't over in that space on the days that he was open. But I wasn't
You weren't impressed.
impressed.
And I wonder if I would have been impressed, because I wonder if it's different if you love hot dogs. Can you have a bad hot dog? Sure. Because I think a lot of it is the bread too. But I don't know if I would have thought, man, that hot dog was really good. And you were like, it's a hot dog.
Even Mike said it. They were just
I don't even know if he likes it that
yeah.
much either.
They took care of what we needed just to be able to
for
keep
that
going.
moment. Yeah.
That's all
So,
it was.
I mean, that's why, long story, that's why I mentioned that. I also feel, besides the fact that probably they're going to say something about the interruption, I'm sure we're going to get a comment about that. I don't know why. I think...
Well, you keep bringing it up, so...
Bro, it's just listen, it's the end of the day, and I feel like my brain's sort of misfiring a little bit, okay? Where I'm kind of having a hard time following my train of thought. I'm just gonna like blurt it out, right? It's like, it's a mess. But I keep thinking like, should we have just restarted? Should we have just like cut it and gone like really like, whoa.
Bro, you are so
I know.
overthinking it.
I know. It's the end of the day. I hope someone has mercy.
Did you turn off the AC?
No.
Bro, I put on a sweater because I was so cold.
But I don't think it was even turned down.
Oh, okay.
I think you were just cold. So
Isn't it
I'll
crazy?
fix that.
Isn't it crazy how I work out in the sun all day long?
Mm-hmm.
It is hot. It is nasty. It is crazy. And then I come home and I think it's the change of temperature, like the climate.
Honey, but it's the same thing that happens when you go to the beach.
Yeah.
You're in the sun all day, and I mean, for me anyway, I get back and I need to be under the covers. I'm shivering from the cold. So,
Isn't that the best sleep though?
oh my God.
It's so good.
That
it
is
feels
good
like
sleep.
your body is all
I
like
don't know if it's like a good thing that's happening to your body. I don't know if your body is like forcefully shutting you down because you almost killed it in the sun. and it's like, go to sleep. I need to recoup. And we're like, oh, it's the best sleep. And your body's like, you almost
Idiot.
killed me.
You idiot.
But I think you're going to get a comment about why is the microphone in her face? I don't know. I feel, listen,
God.
I know. Listen, have you ever worn glasses in which like you can see like the little thing and like between your thing? What's the little thing called? The little bridge of your nose. There's like a little thing, and then it's like your eyes like keep like, oh, I can see it, right? I feel like that with the microphone. It's like in my field of vision, and it's like I have to not stare at it.
It's not.
I'm good.
You're good.
I also feel like I'm looking up at you.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'm done with it. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
You're
I'm moving on to my
insufferable.
hair. Okay.
Insufferable.
Not insufferable, Boogs.
Yes.
I'm sensitive.
What do you mean you're moving on to your hair?
I'm moving on to my hair. This is the first
Hold on.
time.
Hold on. Before
Wait.
you start with your hair.
Uh-huh.
Why is it a problem if I interrupt? And it's not a problem that you don't stop talking till that I can say something. I have to interrupt.
Dude, I know, but listen, we interrupt each other. No one's saying not to interrupt.
Yeah, but you're the only one that you're scolding for. The only one that you're bringing up as like a bad thing
No.
about the interruption.
No,
You're
when
like, you're gonna get a comment.
You are going to get a comment.
I have to listen. Bring on the comments. I have to interrupt. Otherwise, this conversation would only be you talking.
No, listen, that's not what I'm saying. We interrupt each other. That's just what we do. That's how I feel like it's, the thing that we talked about the other day.
Bro, that game doesn't work for me.
This is That's why
The
we
what?
do.
Oh. You're like, you're like, the thing you're not supposed to talk about. The thing. Yeah. Let me call more attention to it.
Bro.
So that everyone is wondering, what's the thing?
So that thing, okay. I think that's why we talk over each other like that. It's just an overexcitement of wanting to share with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that can never go away. And I feel like if you try to rein that in, that's impossible. We can't do that. But there's times where you're saying something and I'm jumping in and you're like, hold on, let me just finish this. And I get it. It's because you're going to lose your train of thought. Okay? Sometimes the other person has to like hold on to what I was going to say, let you finish, because you lose it. You're not prepared to be interrupted. It's like,
Got it.
T-boned.
Your hair.
So today I decided to not do anything to my hair before we sat down to record, because I realized I don't know that anyone's ever seen my hair in its natural state besides you and the kids.
And your sisters.
I don't even think they know. I don't think anybody has seen my hair like this, because even when I go visit them, like there's things that I ask to be ready. Have the curling iron ready for me, have the blow dryer ready for me. There's not going to be a time that I come out of the bathroom and I'm going to be walking around like this. I do my hair every time. I'm ready to go. Mostly that's because I suffer from sinuses.
Okay, but you've gone out like this.
But those are strangers.
But, okay, your statement was, I don't think anybody, a stranger isn't anybody.
Bro, I'm speaking to the chat.
Okay.
You know?
And you know everyone who's listening to us?
Bro.
I'm just, it's the...
You're being fastidious right now.
It's the thing we're not supposed to talk about.
Listen, you're being fastidious right now.
It's also 9:30
If
at night.
you were able to tell me what fastidious means, I will never interrupt you again.
Hold on. Fastidious.
Break it down.
Oh, I'm gonna
Break down the word. It's a long word.
Fastidious. Let's see. If I were to give you a good definition of fastidious, I would say something like, "Hey Meta, what does fastidious mean?" And then I would tell you.
Fastidious means meticulous and demanding in one's.
It's meticulous and demanding in one's standards. I think that's a good definition. Yeah.
Oh my god. You went the route I did not think you were going to go. I thought you were going to do another demon straight.
Oh.
Remember that one?
Okay, hold on. So if I were to break down fastidious, it would fast and then tedious.
No, it's fast. This.
No, you're missing a whole like fastidious.
Titty.
Okay, your hair. Are we done with the hair?
Yeah, what? Bro, you're being so like militant today.
I'm not being militant.
What does
I-
militant mean?
I don't know. I'd probably go right down the same path and say, "Hey, Meta,
Stop it!
what
No,
does
you're
militant mean?"
you're joking. Stop
kidding.
it.
I'm kidding.
Stop it. Here she comes.
No, she actually didn't pick up.
Okay, so you were going to tell me something. I was going to tell a story right now, and you see, I reined myself in.
I was going to say something?
I was about to tell a story, and I said, wait.
I don't know what I was
Be
going to say.
fair. I know, I'm
So
going to
tell-
remind you.
Oh, okay.
Be fair and give him a chance to speak. All right?
Okay, what was I going to say?
You were going to tell me something.
What?
Wait, I have this. Wait. Kate Beckinsale. Go.
I wasn't actually going to bring that up. That was your thing to bring up.
Oh, dang.
But we can talk about Kate Beckinsale. Actually, let's talk about the fact that there are people that are looking unnaturally young. It's mostly people that have money. Because they're going, well, it's true though. They're getting all this extra work.
That's like a Captain Obvious moment right now.
But I'm saying, so what we're bringing it up is,
Lindsay Lohan is one of them.
yes, there was another one that we saw. But Kate Beckinsale, that one was like,
She's from Underworld, in case people
I
don't.
looked at her picture of her on the red carpet. I don't know what event that she was in, but I looked at that trying to guess without looking at the comments or to looking at any of the stuff. I tried so hard to figure out who it was, and I could not. There's no distinguishable. Oh, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, I was just going to say her. But I feel like it's not that she looks younger. See, because, okay,
She
so
looks
you're
like
going.
a different
you're
human being.
Right. So you're going off a different thing there because you said people looking younger.
Well,
And then there's
what I'm
people
saying
who've
is-
altered their physical appearance entirely.
Well,
and
she's-
not
she-
the way the Kardashians have.
So how old is she?
Kind
Hey,
of.
hey, Meta, how old is Kate Beckinsale?
You're saying her last name wrong.
Beckinsale is 51 years old.
51.
July 26th.
And she did not. She
She looks like she's 30.
No, she looks like she's younger.
Listen, here's the thing.
I can't help you with this.
We just watched Death Becomes Her.
Okay.
Okay. It's because I watched a small little clip on Instagram and I asked you, do you know what this movie is? And you're like, oh my God, yes. So funny. Let's watch it. It was like one of those spontaneous middle of the week. Let's watch the movie. All right. I had no idea what I was in for. And it was, yeah, comedy, right? With like an edge of horror. Kind of like,
Not really.
well, kind of, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Beetlejuice.
Okay,
Where,
it's the Beetlejuice vibe.
but isn't Beetlejuice considered horror?
I
Comedy
don't know.
horror?
I guess they put it in that genre.
Horror com? That
No.
doesn't sound right,
No,
right?
no. But I understand what you're saying.
Okay. So why? Because
I'm
it's
curious.
there's like, undertakers, body parts. It's like almost kind of like a, I guess kind of like a Frankensteinish
It's comedy fantasy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Even Beetlejuice?
Oh, I don't know Beetlejuice. I checked the.
But it is that vibe, right? So I had no idea what I was in for. It's not the storyline that I was thinking was going to happen, but it
horror
had.
comedy.
See, I would say that also falls into the same thing. Okay, you have like decapitated
Well, no, the
things that
thing
are
is,
talking to
okay,
you.
the
They're
thing-
undead. Okay, I mean I mean, obviously it's a super old movie. If you haven't watched it, I'm sorry for the spoilers, but it had Meryl Streep and
Goldie Hawn.
and Goldie Hawn,
And
right?
Bruce Willis.
And Bruce Willis, right? So big actors. I always loved Meryl and everything that she did, and I was like, sure, I'll watch it. And it ended up being like, ugh. There were some parts where I was like, oh, it's a little cringy, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were some parts that I didn't even want to look because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But the whole premise of the movie is that she doesn't want to get old,
Right.
Right? And so she's in this endless search for the fountain of youth sort of thing, right? But and that's the premise of a lot of movies where they're looking for this, right? But there's people who have turned to, I would say mostly it's plastic surgery. I don't know what else it could be.
The thing with this type of change that we're noticing now is what I had actually talked to you about a few weeks back about that new facelift that people were doing. That
Where you can't see the incisions?
Well, the thing
Or
is
what?
that so before they used to like pull back and like mold it this like,
and tuck it behind your ear, I
and
think.
tuck behind your ear,
or
whatever.
your nose.
I don't know what it is that they're doing, but now they're lifting it and they're moving it in a different direction than they were. They're still doing the cut like all behind the
Okay.
jawline or whatever,
Okay.
but the way that they're tightening up your skin is giving this appearance of a different person. You don't look the same.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it just that what's happening? Like, I don't know how just pulling on your skin could make you look unlike yourself at all.
Well, you're pulling all the wrinkles out.
Okay, fine. But I feel like you could pull the wrinkles out and now you can pull a picture of you at 20 years old and you should look the same. You had no wrinkles.
Not necessarily. So think about this, right? So you have pronounced cheeks, right?
Thanks for calling attention to my cheeks.
Like nobody can see them, right? So you have pronounced cheeks. They're very pronounced on both sides. If you were to take and they were to do something with that space and they were to
Like,
like pull it down this way or
they would
I don't
pronounce
know.
my cheeks even more.
No, not if they went the opposite way of where because the thing is
See,
you
I have high cheekbones.
yeah, the thing is you
have
have
to,
you
like,
have a pronounced like line of where your cheeks are. If you pull away from that and you take away that definitive line, then it's your face structure changes.
Yeah, it's like a landmark that you're
You look
taking
different.
away.
You have a different look.
I
if
wonder-
you always have a frown line, right? That is that cuts across the top, and they take it and they pull it up, and that frown line now is gone. Your eyelids or your eyebrows are now being pulled also because it's all skin that's all attached. So now you've got this like more scared look, I guess. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like,
I
all
just-
this stuff that when you
I think
put,
there has to be fillers also, maybe.
oh, 100%, there has
You
to
know, there has to be other things other than just the pulling away of wrinkles.
be. Yeah.
There has to be, because
Look it up. Look, like,
I honestly, you sent me that video today because there's a video circulating
Mm-hmm.
of her, okay? And there is what I wasn't able to hear, but I was just reading what they were saying. And I think they said something about Anne Hathaway. Like there was an Anne Hathaway vibe or something like that. So I thought at first it was Anne Hathaway. And then when they said, oh, it just looks like Anne Hathaway a little bit, right? I was like, oh, someone confused this person for Anne Hathaway and it's a nobody.
Right.
It's just a regular person on the street. And then it's like, oh, no, it's Kate. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because it didn't even look like Anne Hathaway to me.
right.
Okay.
But it didn't look like Kate at all.
At all.
So I thought for just a moment, I thought that it was, goodness, what's her name? From Suits, the one that she married, Harry.
Meghan Markle?
Yeah. So that I
But
took.
Meghan's tan, though.
I know, but the makeup does a lot of stuff, right? But there was a little bit I saw in her. I was like, is that Megan? Like, I'm not sure. It took me just a minute, and then I debunked that.
Here's a
But
good
it's like
question.
the confusion was enough that there was no way. Like, I could have been given $1 million if I guessed it right, and I would have gotten it wrong. There was no.
Well, it's the same thing that you
No
were
way.
saying, Renee Zellweger, of what was last year or something,
Mm-hmm.
where there was a picture circulating of her and she did not look like herself at all
Yep.
after having some surgery. But then I have a question, right? You have Kate Blanchett, for example. I feel like you look at Kate now and you look at her back then and she still looks young. She doesn't have the big lips. So whatever she's doing to keep her wrinkles away, maybe it's Botox. I don't know. She's not frozen yet. Okay.
Right.
Who's another one? This girl that I love her so much. Charlize Theron.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, have you seen Charlize? Charlize
Listen,
does
I'm-
not age.
Yeah, but
There's
I'm
something
sure-
unnatural about that. And if they are doing surgeries, that's what I'm saying. It's not the same procedure that they're doing for these people who've completely changed the way that they
But
look.
there are people that want that extreme change. I
Honey,
sent you.
I don't.
Do you remember the video
That's
I
your
sent you?
money maker.
I
Your
know.
face. I don't think anybody walks in there and says, "Make me look like a completely different person. I don't want to look like Renee Zellweger
Some
anymore."
people, no. Okay, these are extremes, but we're talking about normal Joe Schmoes.
Oh yeah, normal
like
Joe
they go
Schmo.
in there and they don't care.
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
care. One of the property managers just got a facelift. Right, she had gotten full work. She actually left the country to go do all the work,
Oh boy.
and I haven't seen her yet.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
but the guys did, and they told me they did not recognize her. Now, obviously, she was only 2 or 3 weeks after the surgery, so there's still going to be some swelling, and there's, still going to be some of that stuff. But I believe that she would go and do the extreme, because she always, as long as I've known her, she's always said the same thing. She's like, "Oh, I'm feeling old. I can see it. I can see myself in the mirror. I can see the old. I can see the old." So they go and they do these extreme facelifts and pullbacks and cuts and lipo and all this other kind of stuff, because they feel that they need to chase the young, because that's where they're holding their identity. But
And that's so interesting that you bring. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish.
yeah, but I had sent you a video, and we watched it together, of the lady. She was like 67 years old, and she went and got surgery.
She had a facelift.
Yeah, but like it was more than a facelift. That was like
Well, maybe some Botox and fillers.
yeah,
And,
all the stuff that she did. And I even said to you, I'm like, bro, like they're catfishing people without filters. Like it's not even a picture. It's like you're getting catfished, because she could have passed like a 40-year-old, and she was in her late 60s. You know, maybe she could have maybe even passed younger, you know, in the right circumstances. And I was like, it's crazy. It's catfish in real life. And like, you know, nowadays it's scary because you don't know who you're meeting.
Well, and we were seeing this other thing that I sent you about how there's something going around called Instagram face, where
Where everybody's looking the same.
everybody's looking the same. And I want to say that it was a season of The Bachelor, so, a couple years ago, I want to say, where I don't think it was The Bachelor. What was the show that we watched where they had three guys and they were all like trying to date these women and then pick one out?
Farmer owns
No. Joe Millionaire.
Joe Millionaire.
Remember the one where they had three?
Yeah.
It was in that show. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's a show we haven't seen in a while. Okay.
I think they only had 2 seasons.
Okay. So in that last one that we saw, all the girls had lip fillers. All of them had Botox. All of them were wearing their hair exactly the same. And one girl started going off on all the other ones saying, all of you look exactly the same. Okay. What is he going to pick? If he picks her, she looks like all of you, right? There's no individuality anymore. There's none of that, right? And I remember thinking how I'm sure that when they showed up at this thing, they were thinking, this is the best version of me. But the best version of you, what we're seeing is a lot of people are trying to copy this look, right? And this girl was talking about this on this podcast. Bro, oh my God, people saw that in real time.
What?
Sleep just like came over you and said, come
The
hug me.
glossiness?
Come hug me.
There was a little
darling.
bit of, there was
Okay.
a little bit of glossiness.
Bro, your eyes are like all like glassy right now.
I didn't realize it's 9:40 at night.
Yeah, I know. For a lot of people, their night is just getting
It's
ready to
just-
start.
But not for me.
No,
I'm-
especially we work tomorrow. My
know.
gosh. But where she was talking about how all these people are copying what they're seeing is like the perfect image, right? And I had sent this video to my sisters because they have young girls. And it was like 12-year-old girls who were given an iPad and they were told that it had every filter that you could possibly need on it. Okay. For you to take a picture of yourself and edit the picture and turn it in when you feel like you're happy with how it looks. And I'm talking about when they said every thing that you could do. You can make your ears smaller, you can make your nose bigger, you can make your teeth, closer together,
Whiter,
whatever
yeah,
you
whatever.
wanted. Okay. The girls, I don't know how many edits they made to their picture. And the thing that got me was the girl, she took her own selfie, right? And when she took it and she looked at it, immediately she had like this very, like she recovered from it really fast, but it was like, ugh. And then right away she went to go work on it. She even gave herself freckles, which the lady who had given her the iPad told her, because I remember being a kid having other girls around me hating their freckles.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's
it
like
becomes-
a beauty thing where a lot of girls are painting freckles on their face.
I think what's happening is that there's only what is being sold as the perfect person.
What did we see this week?
Yeah,
The video.
The video. Yeah, like everything is being sold to these young people that this is what perfection, looks like in a body or whatever, and they're chasing it, but it's not real. We've seen several videos. The video of the lady in the subway putting on her butt, essentially like putting on a lower bodysuit with the Instagram butt and then putting on the Instagram pants or the TikTok pants,
Yeah, whatever that is, right?
right, on top of this like plastic molding thing, and then walking away, and you're saying, you're looking at it and you're like, I don't know if that's real or if that's hers or what it is. And then she does a video. She's like, I worked so hard for this. No, you didn't. You bought it.
Right, right. And not even bought it as a BBL.
Right.
Okay. It's just a put on and take off
Yeah.
thing, right? But the way that you see it, because
this is where they say when you take them back home,
oh yeah, and everything comes
and
off.
everything comes off, and you're like, who
I've
are
heard
you?
so many comedians do a bit on that. But how
Did you see
sad.
the guy who did it?
I did. A comedian who
Yeah,
did that.
the guy
Yeah.
who was taking off his beard and
No, a comedian who did the bit where he brought a girl home, and then by the time she was done taking her wig and her eyelashes and her butt and everything, it was like Yzma,
yeah. Well, there was a video of of a guy who they come home after the date, and they come into the house, they sit down on the couch, and he's like, phew, finally, and he pulls off his entire beard, like the whole thing from down to the bottom, and she looks at him and she goes, I thought that was your beard. And he goes, he's like, it is. I bought it. He's like, I think I'm gonna go shorter than on the next one. And it was just funny, and like he starts taking out like his contacts, and like there was just like little things that he did, and the point of the joke was to have it flipped on the other side so that he's not making fun of a woman, so that he doesn't get himself busted, I guess. But like, it's the same idea all the way across. Like, you don't know what you're getting. Even the personalities are being manipulated because of, all these expectations that there are out there. We saw a video of, who was it that was in the interview with Blake Lively?
The Cup Girl. I just know her as the Cup Girl. She did the Cup song. She was from Twilight.
Well, anyways,
People will be able to
yeah.
find her. She's
So-
the Cup Girl.
Yeah. So there was this interview where she was being very, very
Snooty.
yeah. It was just one of those things, and like, after this whole thing that happened with Blake Lively, where she accused this guy of misconduct, and then it all coming out at the end that it really wasn't, and like all this kind of stuff. Like, I always looked at Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, I was like, they're so like such a good couple, such a perfect match, like all this kind of stuff. And then now, after seeing so many things coming out, like, I question the person that she is. Like, is she really this persona that is funny, online, lovey-dovey with Ryan Reynolds, or is she just trying to fit a certain type of persona that is expected of her so that she can be, this popular person? And there's so much of that going on, and that bleeds into these kids, that, you see them going down the street. Like, a 12-year-old nowadays doesn't look like a 12-year-old. A 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old nowadays is, an 18-year-old years back.
And I just think about, like, social media was a great idea, I think. Okay. It was a way to connect people in a way that.
The concept
Right.
was a great idea.
But I'm saying, because I think about, hey, maybe you want to meet people, but you feel a little shy, or you're not really ready to go just meet a stranger in a place, and you feel safer doing it this way. Concept-wise, great idea. And then I think about how it went from MySpace, right? What were we doing on MySpace? We were learning how to code so that we could put a background
Okay, but
and
hold on.
do something really,
But
really cool. Like, that
MySpace
was nothing.
MySpace was your status put on a screen. You would change your background music.
your
your
music,
picture up,
or your
yeah.
wallpaper. That
Yeah,
was it.
and that was
right?
it.
That was it.
That was
Then
it.
came Facebook. Okay. And Facebook I mean, Snapchat and I want to say Instagram, they're the ones who introduced the filters. Like, I don't remember Facebook having filters. And I feel
don't
like
remember.
filters are the worst thing that have been introduced to, I guess, social media, but the internet, okay?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel like it's very few people that I follow that if they are filtering themselves to look unfiltered, I don't know why you would do that,
Well,
right?
nobody is, especially like do a check like for the chat. Like everyone do a check. Just go down your rows of followers and go into the people that you know and look at their pictures, look at their videos, look at the stuff that they've put out and ask yourself, is that really all them or does it change? Because that's the other thing that we saw. We saw the video altering app that you can put your video in, and the app actually takes into consideration the stuff that is around you. So that, you know, if you have straight lines, like for example, behind on our backdrop, we have the straight lines
Of the bookcases.
of the bookcases. You know, if for the purpose of the conversation, if I wanted to make my head bigger, right, and I use that app, I could make my head bigger, and it would take into consideration the spacing around me, the spacing of
not
the
bend it.
boxes, to not bend it and to put me over top of it, you know, or underneath it or to the left of it or to the right, whatever it is that I'm moving, it takes into consideration all of those things. You know, it's getting harder and harder to be able to tell, hey, this is fake or that's not, you know, there's
Not
something there that's
only
not right.
are you competing with AI, right? And trying to figure out, is that real or not real? But now knowing that even videos, because before you think, okay, you can edit a picture, but a video, I mean, they're moving, they have to be real.
Okay,
And then
now it's
all of a
done
sudden,
automatically.
yeah, and that there's still signs that you're able to tell. That's the part, you know. And so I think about how hard it must be to be a tween or a young teen in this day and age where every single influencer that you see online is filtered. Okay. They have the best lighting. Like we've seen, I saw a girl show how she edits her videos. Like, how does she get the look, right? And it's her bedroom, right? A simple, like it's a bed and like a couple of things. There's nothing fancy in her room. She has one of those treadmills that doesn't have a bar, right? So it's just like a walking mat.
Like a walking pad.
Right, that thing right there, okay? She has these lights, okay, that we have. I'm sorry, I'm pointing at stuff that people can't see. But she's got like these really big lights. She's pointing at them. She's got a fan right at the end of it. And she stands on the walking mat and she has like a tracksuit on, right? And so the fan is like hitting her, doing this, and she's like doing like some sort of beat to a song, I guess she's going to play on it, right? She does that for a while, and then she changes outfits, and then she does the walk again, and she changes outfits. And at the end, she shows you her video, right? Oh, and she has a green screen behind her, so she can add whatever
she's
she
add
wants,
whatever she
right?
wants, yeah.
And so she shows you, and she wrote on there that it took her hundreds and hundreds of reshoots and all that stuff to get the look that she wanted. And that was 8 hours worth of work.
That's crazy.
A whole day for you to make, I think she said, a 30-second
yeah,
video.
easy.
Okay. But you look at it and you think that was edited for a
But-
movie. And for what? Because she's not selling the clothes.
Yeah, but these are clicks. This is how they're making money.
But you look at her video and you think that's AI. Yeah, because the background is AI, but everything else she did it. And I'm
You know
thinking,
that there's the
you could be working a job for this.
Yeah, but they're making money doing these things now where they don't.
This doesn't make any sense to me.
They just no, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I was listening today to a podcast, and they were talking about how AI is coming in to take over a whole bunch of stuff, and it's going to create almost this like not like chaos happening, but like on the way to chaos, I guess you could say. And so there's this conversation of I think it's called basic essential living, right? So they're talking about, if AI does this big push and there's all these jobs that get lost and stuff that's no longer going to be able to do, because that's a big conversation right now that's going on. I think there's a bill that they're trying to push through that's something to do with
like
AI
protect the jobs or something.
like some kind of stuff, and they're talking a lot about like trades and that kind of stuff that's not going to be able to be taken over by AI. But so there's this conversation that's going on about doing these essential living checks to everybody, so that everyone can have a place to stay, food to eat, like those basics, and then everything else you gotta figure out, because there's going to be this influx of people that are going to have to make a change or a shift to their career, their whatever,
to
adapt, right? So they were talking about how a lot of these kids nowadays immediately have this thought process of, no, I can make money playing video games, or no, I can make money making TikTok videos, or I can make money doing whatever on Instagram. Like this is the thing. And yes, there is a huge shift, but not everyone's going to be a star. But everyone does have the opportunity to go in and do stuff that's going to give them an opportunity to work differently, And our mindset doesn't understand it, but it exists, You showed me the other day, what was it, Amazon
Live.
The Amazon Live?
Oh my gosh,
Like,
if you haven't checked this out, it's like QVC on Amazon.
Bro, but those are regular people. Those people
they're
they're not,
influencers though.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. I bet you can figure out and be able to jump in there.
Maybe.
Plot twist next week on Amazon Live. No, but like you've got these guys they're doing all this new stuff, and yes, it's ever changing. Yes, it is an opportunity for people to be able to do something different. All those things are true. Like, what I love...
Hold on. But I just want to say, it is not the same as somebody looking at a basketball star. Because that's hard, okay? To make it all the way to the NBA and for you to be a star. For a young kid right now to watch a basketball game and think, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. I want to play basketball, and that's what I want to do for a living. They're more likely to achieve that if they've got the skill to play basketball.
I disagree.
No, hold on a second. And they work, and they get a scholarship, and they go through all the path for it. I feel like you have more of a possibility of making it to the NBA and possibly becoming a star than you have of making it as an influencer.
I disagree.
And I'll tell you why. Because how is it who determines how this influencer all of a sudden is making millions of dollars, and this one has had a channel for 10 years and they've got oh my gosh, I have 1,000 followers.
But here's the thing. You don't need to make $1 million.
But they are making $1 million.
Some of them are. Some of them get lucky, and some of them move.
How do they get lucky? That's what I'm saying. You got lucky. There's an algorithm.
It's pure luck on the situation.
And going to the NBA is skill and hard work.
I don't know,
bro.
I'm just saying. I have my
This
doubts.
This is a good comment thread for our listeners. What do you think?
Yeah, I personally think that there are things that are going to be jobs that we're gonna look at and we're gonna be like, really? I don't understand. And for me to name it, I can't because I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. But there are people that are out there, like for example, let's use our example. Would I love for our podcast to be so popular that it could bring in enough money that this is all we need to do? I think it would be cool. I think it would be awesome. It would give us an opportunity to be able to, you know, do things very differently than what we're doing now, right? Obviously. But am I chasing it? Am I trying to do it? Like, do I want a little bit more people listening to us and that kind of stuff? Yeah, I want that stuff to happen. But I'm not on the machine cutting grass all day long, saying in my brain, I wonder what I need to do. What's the next video? How do I need to do?
Yeah.
Like I'm not living
And that's
and
why,
breathing that.
like, that's like the last thing that I would want.
Yeah, I'm not
No.
living.
You
And
want
breathing.
it. I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I mean, you want a little bit.
I want a little bit.
You want a taste of the cake.
I want to lick the spoon.
I don't even want to smell it.
Why?
I think about, for example, we listen to John and Alex, right? Mm-hmm. Their podcast is called
Give It To Me Straight.
Great podcast, great couple, great content. Go listen to them, okay? But their whole life, and I'm saying they want that. More power to them. They've got the energy for it. They've got the desire for it. But their whole life is creating content. You can't stop creating content because that's your livelihood.
Yeah, but
The moment
it's
that I feel
different.
like you tell me we have to make a video because we have to post on this day, we've got like a schedule to keep. Bro,
But
I'm not feeling it.
They have changed everything that they've done in their entire life to fit around the mold of what they are doing.
But I'm saying
The
they
podcast
want
is
to do that.
Yeah, but the podcast is a side thing for them. That's not even what they're.
But I'm talking
like,
about them creating videos.
Yes, I know, but that's their job.
That's what I'm saying.
If you didn't have to go wake up in the morning and go do X-rays, and I didn't have to wake up in the morning and go and cut grass, and all we did was have to create videos for us to post.
I gotta tell you, I think in theory it sounds good, but I don't think that would be enjoyable for me.
But that's what I'm saying. It's different because it's not going to be enjoyable for us. But what I'm saying is that if that was your job, that's what you had to wake up and do, it would be a very different mindset. Your mindset is, okay, well, we've got to put out a video today because we've got sponsors and they require for us to have 5
X
videos
amount,
out a
whatever.
month, and we've only done 3, and we've got 5 days left in the month, so we
Right.
need to post. Like that kind of stuff. That's all part of the logistics of becoming something more, where you have sponsors and you've got all this kind of stuff.
Mr. Beast.
But-
Isn't Mr. Beast the biggest YouTube star right now?
Yes.
Okay. And I've heard several interviews that he's done where he has said there have been many times where he wants to walk away from it all. Because
But I have also
and he has said that's all he ever wanted to do.
yes.
He's dedicated his life to doing YouTube.
Yes, and there are videos of him being interviewed where all he talks about is the fact that he would work 16 to 20 hours a day brainstorming and working through stuff and whatever and all this kind of stuff to put out a video, and the video got 100 likes.
How frustrating must that be?
Absolutely.
And yet,
but
he's
kept
the
on-
biggest star.
because he kept on going, and that's what he lives and breathes, and now maybe he wants to take a break, and he can't take a break because there are expectations now of him, and if he walks away from that, then he loses his entire money revenue, like everything that's
I
coming
think
in.
it's probably what it sounds like when he talks about it is that it's a love-hate thing. He loves YouTube. He wants to do YouTube way past, your life expectancy
Right.
on YouTube, and yet it's also like, I'm done. So I guess it just depends. I mean, it has to be. Like, I cannot imagine you telling me we have to do a video, and not only do a video, it's multiple takes, it's the props, it's the content, it's the script, it's like that could never, I would never choose that for myself. I would never choose that for myself.
Right.
So when I think about that, going back to what we were saying, right, it's just going way back. It's what a reality these young kids live in, right? Where, like you said, a lot of them are thinking, oh, I'm just going to make it big on TikTok or anything. So what are they doing? They're putting themselves out there. Now I have to change my appearance because I have to look good, right? So I can
Right.
attract the people. And then I have to do content, and I think this is good. And people start putting nasty comments on your stuff. And it is destroying their self-esteem. It is destroying... I feel like it doesn't even allow your creativity to blossom. Okay. Because all you're trying to do is, I got to make a video like that person so I can be TikTok famous, you know?
And then there's the extreme other side of that, where somebody who wasn't trying to do anything puts out
Accidentally.
a stupidest video on the face of this earth, and all of a sudden it shot the stardom.
There you go. There you go.
It all
Right.
it listen, it's all
Remember
stuff.
the easy days when it was just, bro, what is it you said to me today about Facebook memories?
Oh my goodness.
Bro. Listen, those are
hold
like
on.
ugly pictures that you look back and you're like, oh, Mom, why did you let me wear that?
Okay. So I have Facebook. I've kept Facebook mostly because of Marketplace and because of the longer form. There's some longer form videos like for shows and stuff that I continue to use on there to watch because it's a little bit easier than YouTube for the
Hey, look at you hitting stuff today.
for the videos. Anyways, so I get this message every single day. It says, "Oh, you have memories to look back on," and I always look at them because I'm curious as to what was.
Well, didn't you tell me you're like deleting things
So
as
I'm
you're going
deleting-
along?
There's a certain part of my life that I was making posts with, and I'm just eliminating those completely because I don't want them out there. So so I always go in and I look at at whatever those posts are. And so today, here, hold on, I gotta read them because
You left them?
because I have them. I have these specific ones. So let's see.
Bro, okay, so while you're looking for it, I'm just going to say,
Okay.
I logged in to Facebook. I don't even know how Facebook logs me in, but Candy Crush is tied to Facebook.
Okay.
So I have to log into Facebook so that I can
so you can
continue
get-
in my progress because I'm on level 5,000, okay? And I have to continue. It's my goal to get to level 10,000, okay? And when I logged in, there must have been some memory, and the memory was just turning on all the fans because I'm hot.
Okay. Thanks for jumping in and completely ruining everything that I'm going to talk about. Because it wasn't my story to tell. So go ahead. Since
Wait,
you're-
I was filling
since
in
you're-
your spot while you were looking. Look, you can
How
always
is
edit
this
this
any
out.
different? How is
You can
this
edit this
yeah.
out
How is this any different from me interrupting?
because I
Anyways,
didn't interrupt you.
Bro, you interrupted you hijacked.
Sorry.
Okay, when I interrupt, at least I'm just blocking the conversation. You're like, you're like, move, get out the way. Anyways, okay, so here is 5 years ago. Ready?
5 years ago. Okay, wait. 5 years ago was the pandemic.
Yes,
We're in the middle of it.
yes. So this
All
was
right.
July 23rd, 2020.
Damn, I think you should have said like this was 15 years ago.
No, hold on.
That would have been more acceptable.
I'm gonna get there.
Oh God.
I'm just going down the line. Ready?
Okay.
It says, I need a fence guy. And go. Hashtag thanks.
The thing that killed me there, hashtag thanks. You're you're asking for a fence guy. That
Okay.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
I need a fenced guy. ... And go ! Hashtag thanks.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, ready? 13 years ago. There's several, so I'm gonna just go down the line. The first one, I unlocked the Bachelor Pad Season 3 premiere sticker on Get Glue.
Oh my gosh. Remember Get
Yeah,
Glue?
remember Get Glue? And then, at the same time, I'm watching Bachelor Pad on Get Glue.
Oh boy.
Okay, then, here we go. Ready? It says, this is July 23rd, 2012. It says, I am not a reader! ! It just isn't that entertaining to me. But, and but is spelled capital B, capital U, capital T. I have read book 1 and 2 of hashtag Hunger Games in 1 week! Hashtag amazing. And then I tagged you. Okay. Hashtag book 3.
Bro.
Okay. Hold on.
Did we just
For-
not know how to use hashtags?
Ridiculous. Okay.
Bro, this is cringe.
14 years ago. Ready? Funny! ! At Get Glue. Hashtag white chicks.
Bro. Stop.
Hold on.
Hold on. Cut it short already.
14 years ago. Funny!
Oh boy. Again. !
So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, I'm pretty sure what happened here was I was going to put the hashtags and the at Get Glue and I forgot. So I just reposted it and I did it again.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. I'm not done.
Oh gosh, please be done.
14 years ago.
We beg you.
I can't stand waiting for other people. Hashtag first world problems.
I wonder who you were waiting for.
I wonder. All right. And then I did it again 14 years ago. EHH. At Get Glue. Hashtag limitless. But right before that I posted without any of the hashtags. Okay.
I mean, it was post, like, wasn't it post your feelings or how are you feeling?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Hold on. I'm
God.
going. I got 16 years ago. Ready?
Oh, God. At least not 16 more to go.
No, 16 years. Ready? Mm-hmm. I just played a bunch of Guitar Hero World Tour. ... I can't feel my fingers. Okay.
Last one.
No, 2 more. No, 3 more. 3 more and I'm done. This looks to be right back to back to back. Ready? Try it out. It's fun. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Snooze. All in capital letters, extra O's, extra Z's, extra E's, ! Galore. And I finished the night off by saying good night.
That was all in one day?
Yes. Like, what am I doing? And these are like, okay, so these memories, like, this is what I find every single day. It's some of the dumbest, like, silliest.
Can I just say, this part of the podcast where you just read all of that, okay, should be listened to in 2x speed. That'd be hilarious to listen to all of these, like, little updates, because it even changes your voice a little bit. And then you're going, like, super fast, talking about all your updates. Hashtag, thanks. Hashtag, let's go. Bro.
Look at you taking, you're like,
Bro, that was long. You know when a joke went like a little too long and you were like,
It's not a joke. We're talking
No, I
about
know,
something.
I know, but it was like, when something is cringe and you're like, okay, like that, it's enough. Like let's spare the audience.
Can I have your water?
Sure.
Sorry. My mouth
Not
is...
so. Hashtag not sorry,
Hashtag blessed.
bro. Here, let me slightly toss it to you.
Sorry, I'm completely parched.
You poor thing.
All my hashtags dried me out.
Woo. Gosh. God bless. If anybody sat through that till the end, bless them.
I feel attacked by you today.
You know? You know? That was Facebook. Facebook was just for you to... You know what I think of Facebook? When I think about... It's funny because we just talked about what we would do on MySpace, what we would do on Facebook, and now Instagram, right? The only thing I have is Instagram. To me, when I look back on MySpace now, I feel like it's just a place where creeps hang out. I don't know why that became a thing, all right? Facebook, to me, is where people would go to be passive aggressive and air their dirty laundry. Because here's your status update. I hate it when that happens.
Well, no, and then it
I
says,
hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
No other context.
Hold on. And then the first comment is,
What happened?
what happened? Or,
Oh, no, sweetie. Oh, no,
are you
sweetie.
okay,
Are you okay?
honey? Are you okay, honey?
Bro. People wanted the tea. Everybody coming over telling you,
People are nosy, bro.
bro.
We are nosy.
Listen, but
Listen,
you don't go
it's-
out there and say anything about it.
But
Okay?
we do, though.
You don't go out there and say anything about it. But to me, that's what it is. And then, goodness, then you had the people who would really air their dirty laundry like, oh, I'm glad that's over. I knew I couldn't trust her from the first day. And you're like, oh my God, they're getting divorced. And then you're like reading the
then you're like,
comments.
yeah, and then you're like-
now it's funny because what do we do on Instagram every time we go to a video? It's like, go to the comments. What are they saying? Right? That's where all the tea is at. But Instagram to me at first was just a place for me to post pictures. That's all. Now it's become a source of entertainment. It's much better than YouTube. I think y'all, you saw that in real time.
Wow. I felt that one.
Yes, this is okay. So this is how we're gonna end it here.
Wow.
Okay,
Bro,
We're gonna
I
end
went
it here.
Out.
and you know what? I
Okay,
almost
hold on.
feel for you when you're gonna watch this back.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. I know what happened. Like, I'm
You're conscious.
I'm consciously, like, I was here, so I was.
And then
thinking,
you went to the in between
No, hold on. So I was thinking of my next
statement.
right, while listening to you, right, to be able to continue the conversation and stay engaged. And as I was doing that, I was like, and all of a sudden I felt my body, like I felt my soul separate from my body and look down and be like, this fool.
Okay,
did
can I
this
tell
on
you something?
camera."
If I say when you disengage the emergency brake, there's a feeling of like you've unlatched yourself from something.
Uh-huh.
That's what it looks like for me when that happens to you. When I'm looking at you do that, it's like you disengaged from here.
Reality?
No, just from being away. I don't know. It's like I almost feel like your body must relax. Like it's like you're not even trying to stay up anymore. But that right there, okay, that's where you and I have our longest conversations of you're falling asleep and you're like, I'm not. I'm blinking. Very slowly.
Okay. So since I have camera proof, I fell asleep.
Okay, it's
I-
been settled.
I went into the beyond.
in between, actually.
Bro, that was surreal. That was surreal because I know that we're recording. I know that we're doing
Yeah.
something. So I'm trying to be like, even in my words, like I'm trying to make sure that I'm articulate.
Yeah.
That that I'm not slurring my words or like all these kind of things. Like I'm not drunk, people.
You're making it sound like you
No,
are.
but what I'm saying is like I was being deliberate in being able to talk about what we're talking about, and all of a sudden I was like,
And I've never seen anybody do it like that.
and then I came back.
We have been in the middle of a conversation where you're like, tell me. And I'm like, so what I'm trying to tell you is that the most important thing in my life. And then all of a sudden it's like, disengaged. You're gone.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me because I've never seen anybody do that before.
Well, now the world has seen it.
The world has seen it.
And I very graciously
I had,
bow out of.
listen, I had one story
Trying to
that
not
I was going to
feel
tell
that way.
about work today, but I'm afraid to because you're like in and out and I don't want you to miss it.
I got power. I got energy for one more story, and then we will. And then after.
Yeah. When we record at night, our fuel is work.
That. Right.
Bro, I'm having a day today. There is content for tonight. That's what we keep messaging each other, right? And then I feel like we come over here, we record, we say nothing about work at all. But there's something that happened at work today that I was like, oh, we were talking about this because I'm going to take us around full circle. Oh, that's the name of the episode. We're coming around full circle, baby. Okay. What did I
around
start
full
with?
circle.
I wondered that people are wondering, how do we have so much to talk about? Okay. And when this happened at work, I was like, and this is why we have a podcast, because things like this just happen, right? So I come back from lunch and my very first patient for the afternoon shift, right, is in my bone density room. Okay. So I go into the room. I already left the room completely set up before I went to lunch, right? So when I come in, all I'm coming to do is like wake the computer up, sign in,
Right.
start paperwork, all that stuff. But I don't need to do anything with the machine, right? But as I'm sitting there logging in to all of my different applications I have to be on, I stop and I like physically like look around and I'm like, something's off in this room. Like something's not right. Okay. And then I'm like, and I keep typing, right? I'm just like click, 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 click. And I stop and I'm like, is there a spider in the room? Is that what I'm sensing? So now I'm looking at corners. Okay. And I'm looking at corners and it's like, no, we're all clear. And I'm like, click, 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 right? And I'm like, it's like the vibe is off in here. Like, you're overthinking it. It's crazy. There's nothing wrong. You're ready to go. I get up. I go call my patient. I bring her over. I do all of the intake, everything like that. I get her on the bed. I get her set up. And then I tell her, all right, here we go, right? And I go to hit the button. The bed doesn't move. And I hit the button again. I'm like, whoa, it doesn't even make a sound like it wants to move, right? I'm thinking to someone, maybe when they came, the cleaning lady, right? Maybe when she came in, she accidentally hit the emergency stop. So I hit the emergency stop. I turn it off. Nothing. Okay.
I'm here, baby.
Okay.
I'm
Okay. I'm
holding on for dear life.
trying. Okay. And so she's just laying there and I was like, okay, please sit up. All right. And have a seat over here because the computer's not starting the program, whatever. Let me just take a look at it. Let me restart it and then we'll get going. Right. In the movies where they get into the elevator and it's a super long ride up the elevator and there's just that elevator music playing. Okay. For some reason, I've never noticed how long it takes for the computer to completely shut down the program and completely reboot itself again. Okay. For me, it happens so fast in the mornings. I have no idea. I'm just sitting there, like, here, let me just ask you a couple more questions, right? I'm just trying to fill the space, right? I'm trying to decide. I can't believe that this is happening to me right now, right? And I was like, I knew something was off in this room. I could just feel it, right? And then after some troubleshooting, because that did not work, I had to troubleshoot other things. I tell her, all right, here's our options. I'm going to have to call it in, all right? You can either wait and I can give you an update in about 10, 15 minutes, or we can reschedule it, right? She was super sweet about it. And she says, I'd rather go ahead and reschedule it. And I said, okay, I'm so sorry. Sometimes these things happen. As I'm getting up to walk her out, all of a sudden, I know.
Everything's back up and running.
And you know how I know, because I'm not facing it anymore. There's a whir of the machine when the machine is on. Okay? And that was the problem.
That's what was missing?
It was too quiet in the room. Okay? There was something missing, but I didn't recognize, because the workstation and the machine work as one. So this is running and this is up. There's no reason for this to be down. In fact, when I spoke to the company later on about the problem, they were like, that's weird. That should never have happened, right? But somehow it did. We did have a storm earlier. They said that the power left for a second. So maybe it snapped that shut and this stayed on. Who knows?
Yeah, just enough.
But it was so hilarious, because when that happened and when the sound came back on, I was like, and stuff like this, that's just for us, because who knows? This is like a total snooze fest. But this is why we have stuff to talk about.
We always have.
End.
The end.
That was like your bedtime story before going to bed. All right.
And for those who are wondering how I snore, just go look at your reel.
Oh, man.
Anyways, you put me out there.
With your permission, always.
Of course, with my permission.
Always.
I don't care.
I always do it.
Anyways, I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired.
Sign us off then.
And I'm feeling it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Like, share, subscribe. Why are you looking at me like that? You always throw me off with the way you look at me at the end.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, sign off. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I said goodbye. See you guys next time.
Bye now.
Goodbye now.